Ah.
Boards.
Why, yes, hordes.
Boards. Yeah, for some
Kicked me out.
yeah. I mean, when I restarted your computer,
Yeah.
normally, like,
Usually it just signs
logs you
back in.
right?
Yeah.
So it was like, no.
You're good.
No.
Okay. That's pretty much everything. It is February 1st, so maybe we'll get a bunch of people playing drafts tonight and get some quick games. Probably not, but maybe.
See?
Hopefully we don't fill our computer entirely up with stream.
We got 5.
Yeah, that
minutes
should be
left.
safe. I think it's usually 2 to 2.5 for a 2-hour stream.
We'll see.
I think. Yeah, I meant to do it before stream and then I didn't before stream. I'm very good at this. This is my excuse for everything, right? Balls. At 3.6. Well, hopefully the computer doesn't yell at us too loud.
I'll probably yell very loudly at you.
Mm-hmm.
You're running out of space. I'm actually really surprised it hasn't yelled at us that we're running out of space.
Yeah. Usually it lets it get shockingly low. It'll do like occasional reminders until it's like, you have 5 megabytes left.
Like,
I literally can't function without fill your disk yet.
No.
I guess with that in mind, I might as well just get drafting. Right, well, let's start off with Winchester Cargo, FAS. I'm generally a pretty big fan of these things.
Yep.
There's a Kerendon Steward here.
Good boy.
There
Yes,
is-
Waystone.
Ah.
Thank you.
Always do remind us.
Yes, thank you.
It is on now, you may need to reset. Outside of Winchester Cargo, I would potentially go Kerendon Steward.
Play of Honor's also a good one.
Display of Honor's pretty good, but 3 colors.
Yes.
Useful to remember with Winchester Cargo is you can kind of treat it like a, whatchamacallit, like a token. It can, if you're in 2 of the colors, it can grab those 2 colors for you instead of everything.
Yep.
So, I think I'll go with the Winchester Cargo here. I feel like the cargo cards are just strong, because, like, Seek Power is strong already. A slightly more limited Seek Power is one thing, but the contraband aspect of it is actually, like, kinda nutso.
Okay, Kinetic Gibbon hears us, so it's
Alright,
fine.
some people can hear us.
Yes.
Yeah, we are coming through sound-wise,
Yes.
so...
I was like, shit, have I like muted it by accident? I
Flame
muted it when I
Tail
recorded Yonder, but then we did Metroid Prime after that.
Charge, summon, play 3 1/1 Wildcats with charge, sacrifice them at the end of turns. 3 cost that can give charge to something, although it's something that you already had to have paid 3 for. And you also get like a 1-turn assembly line, which is interesting. There's Porcelain Mask here. There's only Samurai. Want this Outrider. Coastal Recruit's fine. Bannerman's here. I think I'd probably go Samurai. Like, this seems The stats on the weapon aren't super great.
Yeah.
3/11s is nice, but the fact that they're not permanent is a bit of an issue.
Guys, you can hear us now. Hi.
Ah, wonderful. Hello. I think Onai Samurai is just a solid card. That's a bear arms.
That's a bear arms.
See, there's a token of
Much
honor
better
here, lazy fireman, and on more.
Wow.
I'm liking the prospects of
There's,
Rakano
some decent,
here.
yeah, shadow stuff.
Yeah, Curator Spear is alright. Qual Scavenger, not great, but Barrel Through is a card that exists. It does look like this might be Ixton. Use Bravery, give one or more of your unit +1/+1. If it's using a weapon, it gets Aegis. That's a lot of words and stuff. That's one of those cards I always forget exists.
Yeah.
Barrel Through. It's just stats.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whip just doesn't seem like it does much.
No, I mean, if the token stayed around, maybe.
If the token stayed around, it'd probably be busted.
It'd be busted, yeah.
So let's see.
Intimidators.
I think Intimidator's pretty good since it got the buff from
Yeah.
2/3 to 2/4. Like, it just means that it can stick around a lot better for that pledge, and also, like, turning into a 3/4 means it's more likely to get its attack in and be useful, whereas when it was 2/3, it would die to a lot more things.
I think it's definitely the best one.
Almost certainly. We got Broken Wing Brawler. This Begone is a card that exists. Outside of the Brawler, I'm not sure how Porcelain Mask is in this in draft. Overwhelm is pretty strong, and a Silence means it's not completely useless when it comes down, but I'm not sure if it's like enough exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, Broken Wing Brawler, it good. That one is definitely good. Out of all of these,
Big ass club.
I don't know. I don't know if I care about like any of these, to be honest. Don't really have strong feelings about any of these either.
No.
Even the token is sort of like, these are both
Yeah.
colors that I'm considering rather than colors I'm in.
Yep.
Boy, there was good Rakano at the start.
Yep.
Seems to have all dried up a little bit.
It's all gone. Ooh. Nothing.
Yeah, basically. Yeesh.
End of this pack was last.
And this pack sort of just stopped.
Hi, Crow.
Anyway, maybe we are just playing Ixton. Who knows?
Oh, Rooftop Vigilante.
I know, like I want
my
both
God.
of these. These are both bombs. They both take me in rather different directions, admittedly, because again, they're like the splash colors.
Yeah, I guess it. I mean, I think we're pretty safe with our Justice.
Justice
so-
seems like the most set right now.
Yeah,
Crow is
Wizard
just so
Bird or
good.
Gunbird. The Crow is real good.
The crow is fucking ridiculous.
So.
Guy Craig Wyvark. Roman
Roman
Mace
Mace.
is definitely a card that exists.
Yep.
Slay. It's just
Oh,
Slay.
Yeah, hi, Slay.
Simple enough.
Yeah, we should pick the other one now. Oh well.
Yeah. It does look like Shadow is more common here. I mean, we're not
Okay.
done.
Peacekeeper's Helm.
Peacekeeper's Helm and Dragon Breath are both good. Helm is probably a little
I
better.
think for us, yeah. Keep an eye
Strength
out
of
for
Many is good.
fi-
Yes.
Drone. Strength of
Strength of
Rebel
Many is
Sharpshooter.
probably safer. Like, there's an off
I
chance
think
that I try to
green
do
is-
something dumb and
yeah.
do like green,
Green, blue,
shadow, primal.
Yeah. We do have
'cause, like,
bear arms.
so far we've got the bear arms and not much else, like the Winchester cargo that can kind of take things. So that's worth being aware of.
Tower, hello.
That's a surprisingly low finest hour. Won't go to that. Amethyst Acolyte. I really kind of wish that these banners
Yeah.
weren't time.
Yeah, I know. There's so much time. So many
The
time
one color
banners.
that I haven't
Yeah.
really committed to. I don't know how I feel about a second Mithril Mace, so maybe I go Wisdom. Yeah, drone is definitely pretty good with bare arms. Worth noting. Yeah, nothing in here that's super exciting.
Me, I go.
Generally speaking, a 1/1 weapon for 3 isn't going to do much for you.
Scares.
Yeesh.
The ends of packs are really dire.
A little bit
Hi,
unfortunate.
Decimate.
Wowee, okay, so we've got the Welding Torch here.
Seek
We've got
Power.
Oryx Sentry, which is one of those cards that I am really, really high on, because you get some very safe attacks with it, and it holds weapons really well.
Pistol, Granite Acolyte, Arcane.
This would be a pretty good pack. Kind of pull us back into the fire.
Sentry or Seek Power or Welding Torch.
Yeah, I feel like Welding Torch would be pretty greedy. You'd really want the Seek Power before you went into the Welding Torch. Might just take the Sentry to have a more stable...
The thing about time is we've got all the fixing for time, but there hasn't... I mean, there was a Wisp, but wasn't much in the way of, like, bomb
actual
time
cards.
Okay,
There's a sledge
Lightning
here.
Strike.
Lightning Strike is probably fine. At some point, I'm gonna need to start just grabbing up fixing.
Copperhall
Longsword or
Porter.
Porter are kind of what I want here. How many units do I have? 1, 2, 3. I have no twos. So I'd probably take that Porter
We're gonna
there.
take the Porter, I think.
3,
yeah.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It gets less dire a little higher up, but you know, you kind of need the twos.
Watchwing,
Not as
Finest
bad as I
Hour.
need the Finest Hour, though. Plus, my 3s are actually in an okay state. It's the 2s that are the absolute
Seek
worst.
Power.
That's a pretty easy Seek Power.
Yeah.
That's a Seek Power I can feel good about.
Oh, Renegade Valk.
Renegade Valk,
or
Argent Port
Bright Mace.
Stranger, or Bright Mace Paladin are all things that I would like in this deck.
Yep.
Valk definitely makes a splash a little bit realer. Like my 3s, I would sort of like, this would just be to have a 2 in my deck and also
Yeah,
to,
with
you
some
know,
fixing.
did it a little bit nicer. Renegade Valk would sort of be a little bit less fixing.
Yeah, the only real thing we have in red is Bare Arms. And the, we have
The big thing being that the cargo
We have
and
cargo.
the Seek
Seek
Power allow us to kind of lean into red a little bit.
But the Bright Mace and Stranger are definitely a safer option.
Yep. As far as 3s go, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-ish. So we're pretty safe on 3s, although Bright Mace Paladin is better than Fledgling Avasaur and
Yeah.
Skeeter. Maybe it's the Stranger just to solidify my...
Yeah, we only have 1, 2.
Like, get a 2-drop, get your influence a bit more settled. I don't like giving up a Bright Mace Paladin.
Yeah.
But I think this is the area of need that we have. Really care about any of these.
No, none of this.
Peacekeeper's Helm this late is
Helm,
nice.
Yeah.
Flash Freeze is worth considering, but I think Helm is a bit better. That's
Oh,
a
changey stick.
shockingly low
Hello.
changey stick.
Scar Banner.
Scar Banner makes things a little bit more
Oh,
real. That
Felm
Felm
Banner.
Banner is actually really
Yep.
nice. That makes things a lot more real.
Yep.
This motherfucker,
Wow, yeah.
we've seen him
I've
before.
seen that
Sanity's
fucker,
Anathema is, yeah,
Here's all good time.
no number of cards in that person's and both players' hands like added together.
Forge Master.
Let's see.
Intimidator.
There's a Coastal Recruit, there's a Lethrai Intimidator. There's an Odie Forge Master if we think the splash is a bit more real. I know, finally a not time banner.
I think with,
This is either the Recruit or the Forge Master.
I do think with Seek Power, the Cargo, and the Banner we got, the Fire is a little bit more real.
That is true. I think we can feel okay taking, and it's not like this is a, you know, really good free drop for us. Frost Talisman as a mana sink is one thing, but pay 7 to draw a card is pretty fucking expensive. Oh, well, someone's gonna get 2 Unraveling Fanatics. That's fun.
Okay, there's
Oh
Mighty
boy,
Strikes,
okay.
Bare Arms.
There's a lot here. There's
Mighty
this Coastal
Strikes?
Huntman, there's this Mighty Strikes, there's Bare Arms. think Mighty Strikes is safer with this deck as a, like, if we're talking splashes.
Yeah.
Huntsman is another 2-drop where we're currently sitting at 1, 2. So, like, I might, three with the Huntsman, although the Forge Master, although I'm not, like, you know, super high on the Fire Splash being being like a proper 2-drop. So we can play a Finest Hour on it, and that would be pretty funny. We've got the 2 Peacekeeper's Helms to turn it into a 2/5 with Killer. I'm kind of just looking around to see like what we'd be able to get out of it.
Stick.
Be able to slay it.
No.
Might still just take the Huntsman. God, it's Mighty Strikes though.
I know. We do have 2 Finest Hours.
You do have 2 Finest Hours, and like that is slightly out of our wheelhouse.
Yeah.
As awkward as that is to say. I feel like if I see another Mighty Strikes, I'd probably take it, but like this is pretty fucking good.
Ooh, Wind Cloak.
Yeah, I'm pretty alright with Wind Cloak as a mana dump.
Yeah.
Let's see. Token of Vision is 2 of our power.
Yeah.
Coastal Beastmaster might be worth considering. Because it's I think we're safe to play like good fire cards in the deck, and this is pretty good, and this is also just kind of a high card to finish things off. Fireheart Recruit is also alright, although it's on 3, which we're a little bit less. So, like, I actually feel pretty good about most of our 3-drops right now. Like, this is ridiculous. These 2 are very good. These 2 are less good, but this one carries weapons well. Like, they both carry weapons pretty well. I'm okay with this.
2 Wind Cloaks.
Second Wind Cloak a little less so. I might go use Bravery here. I don't know if it makes the deck, but there's a chance. 4 packs for good time to show up.
Lost Scroll isn't fixing.
It's not fixing. It's basically
Power
like
draw.
It's ramp.
Yes, ramp.
You can play it along with a thing. There's a chance Secret Passage makes this deck. I don't think it's a very high chance, but it's better than most of the other stuff I'm seeing here.
Oh, Steward.
Wow, that is a Kerendon Steward.
I'm really good at the Huntsman. I'm like, Steward! Fucking Steward right there. Woof.
Here is a type of removalness. Surprisingly late Broken Wing Brawler. This is gonna be interesting.
This is a weird deck.
Alright, I will be right back.
Which one kills cards? Right or left click?
Left click adds and kills, but when you click the name, it lowers it. When you click the number, it raises it. So it's like you see the minus and the plus.
So I can
just
click the name and it'll get rid of it? Yeah. Because we're not going to put that in the deck.
Nope.
So. I think I know that. The hook, I have to imagine the iron hook's not going to make it. Okay, so we've got... the good news is we've got banners for, like, all of our off colors. That's nice. The cargo is a spell, but essentially it's mostly gonna be power, so it's there. Got a seek power. Anything else is... I don't know if we'll do 3 Mischief Yetis. Crawlers, 2 helms. Definitely some stuff in here. Hooks, me boy, yeah. I have to imagine probably not. Not with like finest hours in the deck. I have to imagine jump kicks also. Fight it, because it's not like the I can't remember what it's called, the scout one. The one that gave it like a permanent +1/+1 and scouted. It's just this turn. Sharpened reflexes, thank you, he yelled from the bathroom. Yeah, it's nowhere near as good because it's only like this turn. You can put an Aegis on a weapons unit. And nothing. Deck is fairly low to the ground. I don't know if it'll have the wisdom in it. $20 units. kill that many of them. I'm just farting about while we wait for him to come back and actually do the hard work here. We've got a decent amount of finest hours, the barrel through, lightning strike, strike the mini slay. All definitely making this deck, I would guess. Bear arms, changey stick, and the peacekeeper helms for sure. Really is like the only other relics. That one's a good one. It's definitely good for a final push. Slightly scary one, that one. Yeah, we have a lot of pump and bravery is definitely the worst of it. Yeah, 100%. Acolyte's really good. Sentry's really good. See if the Skeeter makes it. Probably get rid of a Mischief Yeti before. Amy. Alright.
Hello, hello.
I'm done rambling. I only killed 2 cards that were definitely not going in the deck. So.
Sure. Okay, this will be interesting. 20 units, 2 powers.
So yeah, I was reckoning that Svetti's Bravery probably isn't making this deck.
Probably not.
Not with, like, finest hours.
Yeah.
And Jump Kick.
Jump Kick's also probably a fair cut.
Yeah, I didn't think Wisdom would go fit in this deck. It's a bit low to the ground.
Basically. My thinking there.
See, I can predict things now.
Alright, so let's think. As far as removal goes, this Grenamender probably doesn't do the deck, especially if you're already looking at all those Yetis and stuff. I
was reckoning the Peacekeeper's Helms, the Bear Arms, changes fairly.
And it's sort of like, look at the Bear Arms, but I think with the banner, the cargo, and the power, fairly safe.
I was saying the good thing about our banners there, they're all our off colors.
Yeah.
Useful for our splashes. Well, I guess the question is, like, take out the fire.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've been wondering to myself. We would go down to 17 units with Beastmaster and Forge Master. I actually kind of do like the Axe because it gives something for the Avisaur and the Skeeter. I think these 3 cards are fairly strong, and I think the cost of it is actually fairly low because we have, like, the Seek Power, the Cargo, and the Stone Scar banner. I don't really expect the Forge Master to come out on 2 super often, but it's also, like, not impossible for her. Like, we can probably put 1 or 2 fire sigils themselves in the deck. And, you know, not feel awful.
Yes, we also have the Stranger for Green Shadow and the Porter for Blue Green.
The Secret Passage is probably out because Wind Cloak does that. It's slightly more expensive, but it doesn't kill the unit, which, you know, is a little bit okay.
I think it's a spear. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm kind of not sure, like, as far as removal goes, but if you're going fast on 2, you'd really prefer to play something that does something.
Do you have a Slay, a Lightning Strike, and a killer unit? A potential killer unit.
We're at 35 cards
Plus the mace.
now. I imagine this deck is running 15 power. With the Seek and the Cargo making 16 and 17.
And the Cargo is essentially power for the most part.
Yes. The Cargo will almost always be played as power, but it has the bonus of not being dead if you draw it late in the game.
But yeah, you can essentially think of it as a power.
Yep. Oh yeah, no, I treat Cargo exactly the same as I treat Seek.
Power,
with the exception that, you know, you have to be in the 3 colors that it's in for it to be at its best. there's a slight downside to that, but you get to build your deck, and like, you know, the fact that I can't seek time with Winchest Cargo is completely irrelevant to this deck.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. So let's see.
Giving us 17 power. What are our double influence? Oh, we need double green.
The crow
Double blue.
is double blue. The mace is double green. I think that's it.
Yeah. Those are our two biggest factions.
Yep. Right now, this deck has 4 sources of fire. 7, 8, 9 sources, 10 sources of
green.
Justice. 4, 5, 6 with the Seek power, sources of Primal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sources of Shadow. 6 sources of Shadow.
Yep.
So it's weird, but 1 Shadow Sigil may actually be correct there. That's interesting. It's always worth asking if I want to go down a Justice and up a Primal. What does that put us at?
9.
9 Justice. And 7?
7 primal, yeah.
Yeah, because it's the weakest. And we do, like, Acquisitive Crow will just end games for us. So,
he is a good bird.
I will definitely want to try to get out for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cargo is just Seek, but better when you can build your deck to not, if you're not playing 5 colors. And, like, even the downsides of Cargo, the fact that it can grab 3 separate factions is, like... The fact that you can't grab 2 factions is more than made up for by the completely ridiculous transmute effect that it has.
Yep.
Like, legitimately, the contraband stuff with the Discover mechanic is incredible. Anyway, especially because it's something that would just be a Seek power if you grabbed it late game.
Yep.
You know, minor deck thinning versus pick the best of 3 cards generated at random.
Yep.
Anyway, I have to kill 3 things off here.
Yeah.
This is gonna be tough.
I was looking at Skeeter or one of the...
If I took away Skeeter and a Mischief Yeti, that would put us... One thing, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 of these types of... or 4 3-drops.
You okay with 17 units?
Hopefully. I'm still, like, not 100% certain. I feel like so many decks I run in this format have less than the 18, which has always been my benchmark, but, like, there's also so many good attachments and spells that it's so hard. And, like, so many, like, the big thing with Renown is that you need activators for your units with Renown on them, but by the same token, you need enough units to play the game, or you won't be able to use any of these spells or attacks at all. There's a really weird balancing act that I haven't 100% figured out with respect to that. There is an off chance that I throw away Lightning Strike from the deck, in the sense that if we want to be on the offensive, Lightning Strike is less good. The other side of that, though, is that we win face races.
Yes.
I think I don't want to remove another unit, so it would mostly be
definitely. It's
out
like,
of the spells versus the attachments. And I don't really know what the worst card is out of all of these.
Hard. And stuff.
As far as pump spells, if we have the 2 finest hours and the barrel through, and the strength of many, so that's 4 of those.
Yeah, I was looking at the helms as well. I mean, the helm is such a good
Helm is
attachment.
fair. It's you don't really like it if you're not at 5 power, so maybe that is the way to do it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I mean, as far as renown goes, we've got the Mischief Yeti. We've got the Coastal Huntsman, although the Helm on Huntsman is like
not great.
good but not incredible because 2 attack killer. Yeah, it turns into a 2/5.
Yeah.
It'll survive anything it hits, and it'll kill like anything with 2 health. But like 3 is kind of a sweet spot for a killer unit.
Yeah.
Which admittedly we can't really do too much of.
Yeah.
Although the Strength of Many, Barrel Through, and Finest Hour are potentially ways that we can get away with that.
Yep. You wanted this just all your power, right?
Found the power.
One of those primals was a Justice.
I know. It has the Seek, but doesn't have any like playable things really.
No.
And 4 colors always kind of has this.
That's
probably
playable.
keep this.
Yeah.
Just like I think hands that work out with all of my power are pretty
I think
alright.
hands that playable are gonna be big for us. Like really playable.
God, it's so close.
But nope.
Fucking hell.
Nope, that ain't.
Get all the bad draws out, I guess.
Okay, that one's
this
fine.
is actually fine.
Redraw, you'd probably keep that. You want that photo? You want all your justice, right? Here it is.
Well, this is going to be exciting.
Oh dear. 4 colors, scary.
4 color is generally walking on a knife's edge most of the time. I wouldn't even do it without a large amount of fixing. This does play the crow on 3 though, so that's just straight up. There we go. It also has all of the influence we need, I believe, for everything.
Yep, it does, yeah. Play the sigil and the...
I played on a stranger,
Yeah.
That definitely happened.
We pass judgment.
Yeah, crow on 3 with pump backup. The only thing that'll make me sad is if they manage to silence it here, like right now.
Yeah.
Which, happens in this format. Haha, I got 2 free damage. Fucking got him. Yeah. Unfortunately, this was always the risky run.
Yep.
That's a pretty decent one.
A small incision.
They did get a power draw off of that, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just playing a straight up Aurelian relic deck. They're gonna have all of their power, because when you play a relic, this thing draws, the top power card.
Yeah. Okay, we have 2 tricks in our hand.
Yep.
That's scary.
That's also scary. Ugh. Why couldn't you be the fucking cargo? I mean, I guess we don't have the 2 fires, which is also something I worry about. Interesting thought.
You a bit worried about?
So basically it's actually pretty tough to get to the 2 fire influence that we need in this deck.
What do we need 2 fire for?
The cargo.
Ah, yes, the
To
cargo
transform
to
it.
transform, yeah.
Also, wow, fuck off. There's a decent chance that Curator's Spear won them the game with the rest of the draws we've had.
Oh, yeah.
This ought to hold.
Get a pump spell or something.
No.
Ugh. Annoying.
You get Yeti.
Enemy unit attack. I would have killed Dione there.
Yeah.
I feel like. I mean, I guess it stops the 2-1 from attacking, but that doesn't really do much. We'll say they
They're all
drafted
about
quite a
the
few
round.
relics.
Yeah.
I'll give them that. Which means we really gotta start drawing something that could help us win the game, as opposed to like one
we do
drop.
have bombs, and we have all the influence for them, so...
Remember the Valkyrie!
Alright, we can pledge him next turn. I mean, empower him next turn.
Yep, which is at least something. Till he gets lightning struck.
Yeah.
Let's go.
They're stalling until they get, like, whatever bomb they have in
I
their
could
deck.
really use the cargo, the Winchester cargo here.
Yeah.
I'll make them regret
Bugger!
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah,
Yeah, summon 1 +1 attack and lifesteal for each of your other units. Yeah, we're gonna lose this one. Just did not draw anything useful,
No,
and
no,
they were able to just
Yep. Wow, this
wall
is...
us out completely. There's an argument for just holding that, but like, I probably should have, to be honest. Damn it.
Nothing useful, so they could just sit and pump up forever.
Let's go.
So, did they get the 4/4 here too? No, it needs one more shake. Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, like right when I'm going to get a thing. Alright. That's game
Wow.
1. Honestly, they won it as soon as the curator speared.
Yeah, yeah.
I had a
for-
chance to
yeah.
come back until they played this guy.
Until
But,
we
like,
and then we got nothing but power.
but yeah, we're at 9. We're sitting at 9 power here.
This is not a high powered like
No,
deck.
I'm running 17, but yeah, like this is definitely a bona fide flood.
Yep.
Anyway, we're gonna pull the cargo and we're gonna pull the
Let's go.
contraband. And I'm gonna get harsh rule out of it. It'll be fine.
That'll be great.
It'll work out just great.
A small incision.
I stand ready.
Yeah, fuck him up.
Yeah, I mean we've
hold the
kept on
Direwood.
par with their power, and they've been
Let's go.
specifically drawing power.
Yeah,
so...
like every time they've drawn a relic, they've drawn power.
Yeah.
Hell yeah! Alright.
All we
hang on.
wanted was power, right?
That is all I wanted. The sad part is I'm never even gonna get to see what gets Warcried.
No. Seriously, we're on par with their power. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean they got the courier out and they were able to draw literally everything out of their deck. So good game. This is like what you want an Aurelian deck to be. It did literally everything they needed it to.
Our deck just
We flooded
flooded.
exceptionally well there.
Our
And like
deck-
I
our
couldn't
deck,
even
we
be
were-
running less power in this
worried
deck.
about like not getting our influence.
Oh
and
no,
power.
that's this game. That's this next game coming
Yeah,
up.
sure, yeah.
Yeah, it would have been nice to draw like any gas there. Honestly, I think I keep this.
Yeah,
It's
plays.
missing shadow, but it does have plays.
Yep.
I hope I don't regret this.
No, we'll see.
Wouldn't be the first time.
A pledge or not.
Probably not. Doesn't really get us too much. And that's a pretty strong card to have.
Ooh,
Well, there's
dude,
the shadow.
shadow.
Glory in battle.
Like honestly, for the most part, I like having this as a card.
Yeah.
At 5 and 1 influence cost that we already have,
Yep.
it's not that outlandish. I say when we're never gonna hit 5 this game. A decent sign. What are you gonna do? Torch me?
We pass judgment.
Yeah, we have 2 justice, which is important.
Yep.
We have our 2 primal.
Yeah, and we have fire with the barrel through.
Hello!
That sure is a thing to get right here.
A Warcry thing again, even.
You know? Oh, they're gonna conflagrate it. Guaranteed.
It's worth holding on to it to try and protect it.
Sort of, but I didn't really have anything else.
Hi. Bye.
And there's
Wait,
always
saw
the
that
chance
word.
that if they don't have the answer fast enough, we just win the game.
Miss,
Like it's
yep,
that's always the risk reward that you set yourself
Yeah.
up for. Like
Yeah.
if you can see a path that helps you play it
Yeah, the other
within
thing
the
is
next few turns.
Yeah, we didn't have a power.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think if I had another power in my hand, I was considering there just playing out like the 2-1 and stuff like that, but if I had a path to playing that with like the finest hour to back it up,
Yeah.
I would have saved it. I
But
didn't.
you didn't, yeah.
And it's tough to wait on
No.
that sort of thing. We did have the Seek there, but or the cargo there.
We have the Stranger, we have the Seek Power for the Lethrai dude, Lightning Strike Slay, yeah.
I'm okay with this versus going down. It's worth asking if we want to play this as power, but I think because we've got the
We've got the
Seek
Seek
and
power,
because we've
yeah.
got everything but fire,
Yep.
which
Having
I
the
can
other unit, I think, is
draw up.
important here. Since we can get the, getting that rather than the Shadow. Oh, we have the Stranger, of course.
Yeah.
It's a Shadow.
Yep.
Oh, bugger.
Intimidator, please. Yeah, I didn't think so.
Yeah.
Well, shit. We just got hard countered.
Nope.
We pass judgment.
I know, if you hold the crow and see if you draw power, that's a risk, because then if you don't draw power, I mean...
It's also an extremely anti-tempo play. Like, you have to risk reward that sort of thing.
is sharp.
Like, is Crow going to get you more value because they don't have time to draw an answer for it, or is Crow going to get you more value because you have the thing for it? Like, well,
Oh, ouch.
I love video games.
Ouch. They got us pretty good. With
Yeah.
Entrancer, huh?
This is like sort of exactly why I was like, ooh, Entrancer's a pretty good card. Fucking humbug with upside.
Yep.
When we draw another shadow, that's when it's time to be sad.
Yep.
Come on, Stone Scar Banner. I'll take that.
2-for-1.
Yep. And something that was going to be a massive pain in our ass.
God, yeah.
That basically turned it into an illuminating wisp.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, it's
better
it's
than-
not worth lightning striking when it's like a 1/1, but when you put like a Star Wars shield on it.
This is very good. If I ever find Shadow, you're a dead motherfucker.
Yeah.
Warm yourself by the fire.
Oh, hello.
That is at least a thing. Remember what his renown is, right? Play a Cobalt Ring, which I'm not... It's not worth him being a 0/6, I feel like, especially for full cost. Aw, it's so cute that they think I have a trick.
Come, my friends.
Hi.
Righty. Ideally, I bait them into playing like a lightning strike or some shit. I don't know.
Oh, they're holding. They're definitely holding.
They were holding last turn as well. The thing is, we do get a spell off of this.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's also fairly nice. I do feel like if they don't actually have things to play, they really should have been doing, like, other stuff, but hey.
Lovely treasure.
Had a little bit of graphical glitchiness, but, like, I don't really care that much. That's actively quite good for, like, when the crow dies, for example. It is funny that we can actually play that since it's a generated card.
Yep.
Yeah, this does feel like they're missing something.
Yeah, I mean, they're stuck on 4.
It's
I
not
wonder-
fire, though, because they would have picked fire. They're just stuck on 4, yeah.
Could be. Okay, are we gonna kill her or anything, or...
Yeah, I think so. It's like if they do manage to kill this guy or like save it with one of their units, that's fine. I get a flying squirrel out of this deal, which is nice. They also didn't get a response for that, so yeah, I'm gonna just go out on a limb and say we might win this game. Lovely.
Right, Defiance.
On the off chance they decide they really want to attack something.
How can I serve?
Who even needs Shadow?
No, it's the Shadow. We didn't need it. We had a crow.
Ah, an unexpected find.
Again?
So yeah, those are their 3 colors. They just did not get to the thing they needed here.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hello? I wonder what their deck was trying to do.
It seems like they must have just been stuck with a bunch of high cost cards.
Oh, come on, dude.
Yeah. Fucking get me.
Rope.
Get
rope,
my ass.
Rope.
Oh, they're going to.
Nope.
There we go.
Save the Yeti.
Damn, I should have meditated. I should have made the Yeti meditate. Should have dunked the Yeti in a waterfall. Just to fuck with them.
Save our boy.
I get a snowball for my troubles.
Yeah, this is what happens when the crow is just such a bomb.
Yeah, that was the thing. Like, we saw that on turn 2, or on pick 1, pack 2, and it was just like, oh,
Yeah,
well.
Rooftop Vigilante is a really good card. and
Rooftop
would have fit
Vigilante
really
is
well in
about
this
as
deck,
good,
yeah.
and wouldn't have required us to go over, but on these, at the same time, we are essentially a Justice Primal Shadow deck. God.
No.
Yeah, I can't play this
No,
or this,
yeah,
like and those are the things to keep this
Yep,
hand for.
yep.
So it's like
Yep.
not
No.
happening. It would have gotten me a snowball, yes.
Oh, damn, it does that many units.
Does have the lightning
Does have a
strike.
lightning strike and the wind cloak for playing.
It's mostly down to like.
Oh,
Let's bullshit.
Pick up a blue. Guess we got the wind chest for red. Or are we trying to like do shenanigans?
That's
with
sort of the
wind chest?
thing. I probably want to just grab blue number 2 here. I was going back and forth, I admit.
Yeah. I think the wind chest this early, it's kind of rough to like assume we're gonna get.
We
it.
can't really guarantee 2 fire at any
Oh,
point,
thank
basically.
goodness! Thank God, we got a unit. It's not a great one, but it's a unit.
Glory in battle.
Yeah, the thing with the cargo is like if you draw it early, you almost always want to use it early. The reason I kept this hand more than anything was the lightning strike.
Yes, the
to be
lightning
honest.
strike. Yes, allows us to stall.
Pity would weaken us.
Kind of lets me just sit here, doing whatever I please.
And
I
then
really
had
want them to play something on this
Yes,
before I lightning
yes.
strike
You'd have
it.
to play quite a bit on it to get it above lightning. And they have 4 colors.
Yep. You always consider the ones they get on strangers to be like questionable.
Splash, yeah.
It's hard to say whether they're main colors or
yeah.
not. Things they've actually put as power in their deck are generally better
Yeah.
indicators.
Yep. So it's probably at least one of them.
Almost certainly, yes. I would guess that this is a wind chest deck.
We will rebuild.
Yep. Yep.
No surprise there.
Okay, we do have the mace, the influence for the.
Yeah, I'll be able to play the Mithril Mace next turn. I will play this when they hit my face and hope they don't have a trick, because that's really the finest hour that they play on this lady next is going to be annoying.
Yeah.
Actually, a weapon would be worse. Oh, a 2 health weapon would be worse
Yeah.
because Mithril Mace will kill if they have the finest hour or whatever.
Yeah.
It is worth noting. Good.
Oof.
That's very, very good for our
That's
chances.
very, very good, yep.
Them being stuck on 3 would also be very good for our chances.
Yep. Okay. Yep,
So
too
they're
much
at least
to
in
hope for.
Ricano.
Oh, yeah.
I would almost certainly guess the splash color they're here for is that one. That's unfortunate.
It's unfortunate.
Mostly that it turns into a treasure trove. Like, it kills one of my units and gets them a draw.
And we're just getting...
That and I'm, like, out of anything.
Yeah, again, we're flooding.
Yep.
I mean, we did use the
The Seek and the Cargo.
Seek and the Cargo,
So
yeah.
we've used power to its fullest extent in this deck.
Yep. Still is a 17 power deck.
Cthulhu will prevail!
Alrighty then.
Jesus,
That's
how
this
are we
game.
flooding on a 7 twice?
Math.
Maths. It sucks. Maths is
The
fucking
fact that they could
killing
play
us.
something down that also
Yeah.
doesn't get killed by this
Yeah.
is huge.
Yep.
And the fact that we didn't get any sort of defender for it.
Ugh. Ugh.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this
Oh,
game is
fucking
done if this isn't a
dead.
sleigh.
Fucking dead.
If it's a sleigh, we're actually in it. Especially because that.
Not this.
I have bad news. It's not a sleigh. The sooner I find that sleigh, the better, though.
The Kosul need me.
Yep, of course they get their war cry as soon as, like, on their very top draw. Why wouldn't they?
Oh.
Right, well, that is something.
Ah.
I have no choice.
No, I know. That's the thing, and like it doesn't,
What's this?
you know, it's still a frog with a sword.
Nope. It's a 5/5 frog, in fact.
Yeah.
Assuming
it is,
that one of
'cause
these two
it's-
cards is power.
yes, it's a very powerful.
And if it's not, then all they have is gas. Alright,
we're
that
dead.
is the
We're
game.
dead.
I'm not even gonna block this. There's
No.
no reason to see my final drop.
No.
Jesus. We were really close there, but then we didn't draw anything.
Yeah. Yes.
That was the issue here.
Yeah. We had answers to that.
We needed to top deck the sleigh first thing. We could take one hit from that guy and that was it. And we
Yep.
needed it unconditional. Because it turns out Gilded Glaive is a fucked up good card.
Yep. Oh, the flood.
We did keep a questionable hand, but then we flooded out
Yeah,
after.
and we flooded out afterwards.
I mean,
honestly, if we
There
had
was
drawn...
4 power in that hand, I
Yeah,
believe, with the 2
yeah.
Seeks and stuff.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
It had answers for things. I'm keeping this.
Yeah, that's keepable. Yep.
It needs the shadow, and we've seen, but hey, we won that game.
We did actually.
Any game with with an Oni Samurai turn 1, I always feel pretty okay about.
Stand aside.
Bit less good as a draw.
Third game flood incoming.
We're only at 5. When this one's a power, that's when things get sad. Alright, they do have a fast spell, so that's good to be aware of.
Ready. Aim.
Pretty alright. I probably throw the Yeti to his doom. Probably save it with the finest hour as well, to be honest.
Grab us a snowball.
Yep. And then if they want to play their spell on top of it, that's fine too.
Kill a 2/2 and then kill that with snowball.
I've already committed.
Yeah. I was trying to grab you before that. like too fast for me. I mean, they're honestly probably gonna save it with their spell, right? No, because they wouldn't. It was the finest hour, probably.
Sure what they have. Fascinating.
Stand aside.
Plays the district infantry on play, and then we attack with 3 or more units. Play adjusted.
Oh, okay. Snowball it if you want.
That I can do. That definitely happened.
But we can get our brawler out.
Nice. Fairly happy with the various things we've been getting, including the very large stack of war cries that are chilling here. Mostly coming down to whatever they have, kind of smack back on us here.
Yeah. Ooh.
That's a pretty good draw if we
Damn.
can ever play it. So unfortunately, Strength of Many does not get Oni or Samurai to kill, so I probably just play the
Remember the
Brawler
Valkyrie!
here. If I can ever play this, you're a dead motherfucker. Yeah, it turns out, turn 1 Oni Ronin, turn 1 Oni Samurai, both okay.
Yep.
I can probably get them to bait out a trick if they attack in with the 3-2. I'm gonna say it might not be the worst thing for them to do, regardless, but I'd rather just get the Strength of Many or Finest Hour out of their hand. I'm not sure we've gotten a good lower bound. Okay.
Ah.
Lovely.
Oh, good. I was like, we hadn't seen our banners. We have 2 banners in
I
this
swear
deck.
we have banners.
And we hadn't seen them.
Okay, so yeah, they do
Another
have
glass.
something there. I probably am willing to trade the Kerendon Steward or the Lethrai Intimidator and whatever they have as a thing, yeah. Like if it's a Finest Hour, then they're just down to 1 card. Is the thing. And like even if they kill this with another card in their hand, it's like, all right, that's even better to be honest.
Yeah. I win cloak. Hold it.
No.
Throw it out there.
Better to pay the price now, especially because it costs 4. I would rather just be able to just tap something with it.
Nice rats.
Entirely irrelevant. The rats can't block. By
Yeah,
the
the
way.
rats can't block. Those rats, they're big boys and they can't block.
Yep.
Alright.
I like it. Yeah, good call on the Lockhorns.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I am like so uncalibrated to 1-cost spells right now, which is silly because like 1-cost spells are super important to be aware of.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know to play around Finest Hour, but there's like so many things where it's like, oh, they have a pause, and if you can kind of logic out what all the possible options are, you gain a lot of information and like things to play around. Like once they have 2, then it's like you've got all the 2-cost fast spells and also all the 1-cost fast spells, and also a few ambush units and stuff. Like the math kind of fundamentally changes, but like 1-cost ones, you can just read so much of the cards that are in their hand based on how the game pauses. I might.
It does have a
It's got the
seek
Seek to get a Justice for the Copper
him.
Hall. It would be
It's got the Strength of
missing
Many.
the Fire and the thingy.
Shadow, but we need 3 power for him.
But it's got
anyway.
Finest and Strength of Many. I think I keep this. This is
It's
a
two-
little bit ballsy.
It's a 2-power hand.
It's a 2-power hand that
Plus
has a
3,
guaranteed
yes.
3rd power eventually.
Mighty Strikes is very hard to play around, yeah. Justice.
Yeah, it's also why it was good that Mighty Strikes was nerfed.
Yeah.
serve.
Not gonna do too much for us right now. I want to see what their third color is. Time, yeah. So there's not much reason to
The
put it on the
forest
Yeti.
holds many secrets.
Same time I might. I don't know. Ah, 4
A
colors.
small incision.
Unfortunate. Alrighty then.
You want on your justice,
This
right?
is how I die. Man, it's like the saddest finest hour, but he's better alive than dead, I think. Or to wait a turn.
What could go wrong?
Oh.
Fine. I'll feel better if they spend the power to play Power Stone and hit that guy up. I might even feel better playing like a Strength of the Many on it, but that's a little bit dangerous.
Ah.
Okay, so that's 5 and I'm at 4 health, right?
Yep.
Alright, so I'm dead no matter what.
Yep.
Hell
In the
yeah!
shadow.
Oh god, I am just getting stomped right now.
Remember the Valkyrie!
By the way, that's permanent.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Haha! Got it!
Now he's a 7/5.
Yep.
And they draw power, along with getting the permanent power.
Yep.
Alright, well, this is how I die.
Hi, we hadn't seen those this entire time. Not that it's useful because we don't have the fire.
Ah!
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, 3-3.
Fucking got him. Yeah, really could have used some, like, power and, you know, fire.
Fire.
We survive.
Yeah, that's what I needed.
Glory in battle.
Ugh, damn. That's unfortunate.
Yeah. I mean, that's what more I expected to happen.
We
in
lost
our
basically
four-color
nothing
deck,
there.
not the flooding
Yeah, the
that
flooding.
occurred to us. That's more of what I expected.
That is fair. We will jump in for another one. Let's see what we got. Back from the unit died this turn. It gets Aegis. 3 cost, fast spell. Not great. Not amazing. Honestly, like,
Umbral Edge?
Umbral Edge has the potential to be fun. I feel like it's quite slow if you don't have like ways to ramp your power up. Coastal Beastmaster and Carnivorous Sauropod are both good cards
But they are like
that are 3 colors deep.
Yeah.
It might just be Umbral Edge for
Yeah,
being
it
the
was a
least
risky
commitment.
keep that could have paid off, and then we just didn't get the power we wanted.
Yeah. Mesmerized Moth is also a card. I don't really know how I feel about it. Like, I'm not sure that the life gain of Ancient Bauble is worth much in this format. Like, there
Yeah.
isn't that much life force.
Coastal
'cause
Recruit
that's
is also
still-
solid.
It's an okay card. I don't feel amazing taking it first pick.
First pick, yeah. There's not really, yeah.
No.
Alright,
I always forget what Blood Quill even is. Pay 2, discard the bottom card to give one of your units lifesteal. Summon, discard the bottom 2 cards from your deck. That's funny. And that's a 5 cost 5/5.
Man removal.
Mob Rule is removal that exists. I don't know if it's any good or not. Probably like Stone Shell Walker and Coastal Beastmaster are the best 2 cards here. Mischief Yeti is alright. Yeah, it's a free relic you can afford to sacrifice. I don't know how I feel about like any of the sacrifice relics in this format,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Walker?
less of a commitment, although it is in 2 colors that are only like FTP is the only other color that's like around for that one. I don't know how I feel about Consuming Greed at all. There's Mischief Yeti, which is like low risk, low reward kind of card.
You've seen some lose at the game and drop 2 Quill self-milling them.
That's kind of amazing.
That's pretty great.
I don't feel good about Coastal Diplomat at all. Like, it's 2 cost, play a silence.
Yeah, you kind of have to see it as a 2 cost, as a removal rather than actually.
It's a removal with a token or something.
Yeah, it's a removal with a
It's not
token,
even
yeah.
like silence isn't a really good removal.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
the big thing.
Yeah.
Particularly in this game where it doesn't dumpster stats like it does in Hearthstone.
Yeah.
I've never really seen much in it. Not that I care too much about anything in this hand.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Oh dear, this is starting out well.
Yeah, your first 2 picks, all shit that I don't care
Falcon.
about. Loyal Falcon could be fun. Lethrai Hideaway could be fun. Be Gone could be fun. God, like I'm not seeing anything that excites me.
No.
Might just be Loyal Falcon, I guess.
Pretty decent big bird.
Oni Samurai is good. Norder Watchwing's pretty alright, I believe. I mean, it's a 4/4 flyer, which is just a decent stat line, and 6 is about the upper power echelon where I'm like, yeah.
Yeah,
And that renown effect is actually pretty good.
Yeah, relic weapon. Yep, that's actually pretty good. Yep, especially with like that finest hour.
Yeah, Diplomat for getting things out of the sky is certainly an interesting thing. I'm taking the Samurai here, I believe, but...
Over the Watchwing?
Yeah, just we've seen what Oni Samurai can do. Incidentally, when a unit goes to your void, you get +1 power this turn. Yeah, that's not a draft relic. That's not a draft rare. We got Bleak Basin Guide here, which is kind of interesting. Flickerling 2/2 flyer, which doesn't do much for you, but that's like an okay baseline.
Yeah.
I might take the Bleak Basin Guide. We're in 2 of the colors right now. Plus, I don't see a huge amount of other stuff. This Rotor Smith is an interesting one. I think if there were more relic weapons, I'd be higher on it. But, like, repeatable life gain isn't awful. It being a 3-cost 2/2 is kind of awful, though. Might go this Bleak Basin Guide. Hope that time is like an open faction somewhere along the line. Yeah, exactly. We're kind of all over the place. The Scorpion's nice to see.
Yeah.
Lazy Firemane is an alright card. It got retooled from a 3/3, so I'm not instantly happy with it, but like the 2 Wildcats with charge is actually like really nice. Eye for an Eye is a very weird card. 5 cost is probably the biggest detractor from that, because that can be a pretty huge swing.
Scorpion, Firemane.
Also, this Aerial Spotter isn't really great. Probably between the Scorpion and the Firemane. I don't really know which. I mean, it seems like there's a decent case for us to have an Argenport back end, particularly like seeing like the Spotter is at least playable. It's a weird first pack. I agree with that. There's another Aerial Spotter. There's Consuming Greed. I still haven't like considered actually playing this. There's Scavenge, you know, as a card that exists.
It's a thing. It's a thing. Now this pack has been.
This pack has just not really had too much for us. Like I don't really see any good directions to go at the moment.
Nope.
It's kind of like all 3 of these are sort of substandard-ish cards. It's interesting because like
slots even into.
Yeah. It's sort of interesting because I look at these 2 cards. They're both flying 2/1s for 4. The summon effect of this is you basically get double the stats of this, but you have to kill a unit off.
Kill a relic, yeah.
This one needs Renown. Now, of course, Renown on a flyer is generally really good because you like weaponing up flyers.
We probably prefer to weapon up our big bird, though.
Yeah. It's kind of between, like, Aerial Spotter and Scavenge at this point.
Yeah.
which is ugly. Scavenge is sort of interesting because it actually plays into these sorts of sacrifice things now, and there's sort of like Winchest has a bit of a sacrifice theme going on in draft, but I don't think it's a very like strong theme. I don't know. I just don't know. Steal and ready an enemy unit this turn, it goes berserk. There's a reason that dropped that far, huh?
Okay,
Jesus, do I just take like a
Blaze.
mob rule or something? Maybe. It's bad removal, but it is removal.
Oh dear.
This pack is garbage.
This pack is complete garbage.
I don't even feel
Okay,
like I'm
armor
missing out
out.
on things that aren't in my colors or
Right?
anything. It's
There's
there's just
nothing
nothing good here.
good.
Tinker Overseer is very good.
Field Captain.
Field Captain can be good, but it also
Welding
can miss.
Torch.
Assembly Line is very good. Bright Mace
Stone.
Paladin. I think it's just Tinker Overseer.
Yeah.
I think it's hard to go wrong with Tinker Overseer. 2/2 flyer for 2 with a chance of getting bigger. Just seems quite nice. That's I guess
Azendel's
Azendel's gift. I probably don't take it. It
There's a
costs
Wisp.
7, and there's like I'm between this
Stranger.
Nightblade and the Magenta Wisp.
Nightblade's real good.
Left right Nightblade is very, very good.
Yep.
This is removal. This is like win the game kind of
Yeah,
thing.
Nightblade is definitely out. That.
Ice Sprite is also removal.
Peacekeeper's
Peacekeeper's Helm's quite nice. This
Lumen
Lumen Defender is
Defender,
quite
ooh.
nice, and that has a chance of pushing us a little into the time.
I think that Lumen Defender.
It also, the 3-color with Argentport is Time is one of them.
This.
I don't remember the names.
I know
It is,
it.
yes. One of the 3 is Time, Justice, Shadow.
Yes, because the Bleak Basin guy.
Yeah, in fact,
Yes.
it is Bleak Basin Guy.
Yes,
So that is a
Bleak
decent
Basin
choice, a decent like reason to play Lumen Defender here.
Yep.
Basically, just seal up the ground entirely while things like Nightblade and Overseer and Basin Guy just kill it.
There was quite a few cards in our last deck we just
We
didn't.
just never saw, which will happen sometimes. Grasping at Shadows is actually kind of ridiculous, although Dark Return is sort of a much cheaper Grasping at Shadows.
I don't know.
Amethyst Ring is eh.
Yeah.
It just doesn't really do enough. Like, all the
Yeah.
rings are sort of somewhat underpowered. Emerald
Yeah.
Ring is by far the best of them.
I'm just looking at the shadow
But
and going.
Dark
"This
Return
looks
is
like quite nice
Dark
in this
Return.
pack." Yep.
Honestly, I would take Grasping here if there wasn't Dark Return.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You gotta pay for the unit again, but I don't give a fuck. Arcanist, Vainglory Patrol.
There's an
Attorneys.
Amber Ring.
Amber Ring's actually also pretty good. Repeatable 1/1s. Like, I mean, we saw what happened on that one game where they played the Courier and the 2 Amber Rings and could just sort of flood out the field so that we can't really do anything.
Yep.
Oh, Dark Return is absolutely better for draft.
God,
Like, Grasping at Shadows exists for the sake of decks where you are playing units that have ridiculously bombastic effects or like really good recursion so that you don't have to repay the cost for them. Dark Return, like anything that costs 4 or less, you are getting a discount compared to Grasping at Shadows. The only reason I wouldn't immediately slam pick Valkyrie Arcanist is that it's 6 and our deck is actually fairly large right now. I don't think there's walkers in it, but
No.
I do think the Arcanist is still probably the pick here. Like, it gets a weapon. Finally, Mating Call. Wow, it's the banner
Argentport
pack.
Banner. Yeah.
Probably just Argentport banner. This feels like an Argentport shell, but probably
Cambrai
has
and Argentport. Can we take both?
Yeah, I know. I'd
No.
love to take the Cambrai banner and the Argentport banner,
Argentport is definitely.
but
good. I think this
Argentport is
gonna
the
be a
safer thing to
3-color
take.
deck.
Amethyst Acolyte,
yeah, very
pretty
good,
happy
very
with
good,
that.
yep.
Much better than Steadfast Deputy,
Yep.
who is much worse than Infantry.
Yes,
something
the one
in-
that gets +2/+2.
Yeah, that guy. The other one won. I
No,
forgot
no,
Island's Choice was in this.
Tower Top Patrol.
This is probably Tower Top Patrol,
Transmogrifier.
although I do quite like Argentport Banner. Our 4s right now, I guess the only thing against it, there's 2 aerial spotters in there. I was gonna say, we have a decent number of 4s right now, but these are kind of subpar 4s. I feel much better with the Tower Top Patrol.
Yep. Last pick mating
Last
call.
pick mating call, I could see it. Sanctuary Priest is a card that exists.
Last pick. No, flowing only. No, we're not blue.
Oh, right. If we were blue, I would love
I
that
had that moment
Stratovez.
too, but I was like, no, we're not blue. We're not blue. We're not blue. Right, yeah.
Dashing Rascallion.
Ooh.
All right, this has
Wisp.
some stuff that I want. Illumination Wisp and Crownwatch
Crownwatch
Longsword are the two
Longsword,
like
yep.
big ones. Although Seasoned Spelunker is also a very good card.
Yes, we saw that. Yes.
I think considering I only have the Tinker Overseer right now,
Yeah.
Wisp is potentially a better choice. It's worth noting that we really want to find some yellow fixing if possible.
Yes, definitely.
Like, Longsword is safer in the, if we put that on like a Lethrai Nightblade and shit, things get very funny, or like a Tower Top Patrol even, things get just disgusting. Loyal Falcon as well.
Yes, yeah.
Like, there's a lot of things that would really love a Longsword, but Illumination Wisp is just a ridiculously strong card.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's also like Wisp is, there's a decent chance, like most weapons will do us well for the things I said there. Illumination Wisp is kind of a singularly good card. So we got a
Stranger.
Combrei Banner, we got a Xenon Stranger. I might take the Banner over the Stranger.
Stranger.
Seasoned Spelunker is good, but having a Banner to back him up is probably the better pick there.
Yep.
I really want a Seasoned Spelunker in a deck like this, I think, but yeah, I think I'm right. That Combrei Banner. Hello, Cloud Snake Saddle. Second
We have
Tower
a lot
Top
of flying
Patrol.
units.
Yeah, that's really good, which also
But
makes
it's the
weapons
wrong
very
color.
good.
Yeah.
I
have Renegade Valk.
Renegade Valk. Nothing incredible here.
No. Elementalist.
Yeah, probably. Like, Lucky Prospector is alright, but he can't make the relics himself the way that the other guy can.
Yeah.
We don't really have too many relics.
So no family.
Now
we might have one.
Watcher. Threes right now, we got 1, 2, 3, sort of 4. I really tend to like Umbran Deathwatcher. I really tend to like Amethyst Acolyte. I think I'd probably take those over the things. Like the etchings are good for the Tinker Overseer, and they're just good value engines as well.
Yeah.
But I think shoring up early game is pretty important. I only have 2 2-drops right now, and we're at 17 units right now. We're pretty like we're over the halfway point, but we have a lot of time to grab units, so I don't have to feel like I gotta grab units.
He's a good unit.
Amethyst Acolyte obviously comes down with more but I do kind of. I think we're playing a bit of a longer game here.
Seek power.
Wow, Seek or an Illumination Wisp. Right now we've got the Combrei Banner and the Argenport Banner, and that's kind of it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I really badly need 2s as well. This is a really tough pick, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised that an Illumination Wisp fell to us that far. We're definitely like very even 3 colors right now, it's worth noting.
Yeah.
So like Seek is very strong, it's just God Illumination was such a good card. Oh, I'm gonna regret this. I'll do it anyway. I don't really care about any of these cards.
Corrupt.
Combrei Banner's
Combrei
nice.
Banner, yeah.
That makes me feel a little better. Dormant Sentinel or it's just Ravenous Beast. It's just,
yeah.
I like Dormant Sentinel as like a top end for your deck, but I also like picking it in garbage time when there isn't anything else that I really want.
Yep.
That's a really good
Solid
like,
two,
last
solid
3
two,
pick,
yeah.
to be honest. And then 17 Gruul Forms. When you play your first spell of the turn, play a 3/1 Flamefang with Reckless, exhausted. That's funny.
The Warband Skull. Tiny Mighty Strikes.
It was a Mighty Strikes. Warband Scald is probably pretty decent here. Parry is a very good card if you're in colors. Power Breach Sentinel is a very good card.
Yeah. He's in our color.
Is in colors. Let's do Gruul Forms. That's what I was looking for. Makeshift Barrier is also pretty alright, because like it can turn into a 2/2 flyer, and it can also like hold the ground really well with its makeshift form.
Sentinel, Scowl.
Yeah, I'm kind of between the Scald and the Sentinel.
That shiny
Yeah, build your own Icaria.
Top end.
3, 4, 5, 6 3-drops, so I'm not as, like, I absolutely need a 3
No,
to make
God,
things
no.
work. Like,
No.
Makeshift Barrier, I should say, is quite a good card.
I actually think we have a really good unit spread.
Might be good to go with the Power Breach
For
Sentinel.
Big Boy, yeah. All these less like.
True. That is often my thing. I guess it's like we're not really ramping to anything in particular at the moment.
Yeah, we don't have like somewhere to dump all that power.
Yeah. Defiance is a really good grab.
Yep, definitely.
Because this deck is kind of going to be playing slow a lot of the time.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
also nothing else good here.
No.
We just gotta have another bad pack. Is that the plan here?
Yeah.
Infused
yeah.
Guardian though.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, nothing else is even close to Infused
that's a
Guardian
very good
here.
card, yeah.
Resilient Wagoneer.
Yeah, or Compass.
That or like
really.
Astromancer's Compass.
Or the Egg.
Arctodon Egg is not like the worst thing. But I think Wagoneer is just like, it gets so big. He gets so big. How many weapons do we have?
Not many. A very unit-heavy deck.
That is.
Have any?
Not really. We have the
Umbral
Umbral
Edge.
Edge,
We have
and
the
that's
Umbral
it.
Edge.
Take this
Then,
mob.
or
It's either like the
mob rule?
Intimidator or the Mob Rule, I think.
We got a lot of go wide synergy.
Intimidator, I think, as a 2/4 is quite good.
Yeah.
I sort of like the thing that's making me look at Mob Rule is just that we've got some go wide potential, and like I tend to treat removal as being pretty good in this format. Intimidator is also really good with go wide. It should be mentioned.
Yeah,
Just,
absolutely.
It's a lot of numbers. Yeah, we
we
don't have a lot of
removal.
Which is why it might add, like, I
Mob
think
Rule,
this
yeah.
Intimidator is a better card than Mob Rule in most cases. But I think it might be correct to do this because I think we're here. I am enjoying that Token of Vision more than I probably should.
Yep, hi. Nothing.
Consuming Greed has actually a reasonable, like, use case here. Like,
Do we have any relics?
There's no relics involved in the... Oh,
Sacrifice
sacrifice
a
a relic.
relic.
Sorry, I thought it was sacrifice a unit.
No, it's sacrifice a relic.
My fuck up. I was thinking that was units. That's a very late
yep,
Bleak Basin
hi.
guide. Creator's Spear is at least some form of thing. Finally.
Hammer! Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Here come the cops to take my hammer. Well, this deck might be able to do things. We shall see.
Alright, well, we'll get rid of the reinforced tower shield.
We have 26 units, which is just lovely.
Yep. 4
At
power.
least one, probably both aerial spotters.
Probably
I don't really see much reason
Kill the
for
Lost
those.
Scroll.
Lost Scroll.
It's rad when we do.
Probably just rather play units. Borrowed Violence is not really a thing. Keeper's Hammer is not really a thing.
Apparently, JC Jag has lost more than one game to it.
Yeah, I mean, it's if your opponent gets to 6 power, the lifesteal actually can kind of stabilize them. It really needs to be played on a board that can support it. To be honest. This Unmoored Valkyrie isn't really worth much. I can kind of throw away a lot of the random renown stuff. This deck is basically going to get by having a lot of units and by turning these into 4/4 flyers and this guy into a 20/20. It's basically the play here. The Arcanist can end games. The Scald can get just the dumbest war cry in the world off, potentially. Part of me wants to keep this Disrupt for the silence. We've got the 2 mob rolls and the Defiances, though. I'd probably keep one of Viper's Bite and Disrupt, and in that case, like when I put that in those kinds of terms, that says to me I should probably be playing the...
This deck wants rats. Yeah, agreed. Alright, what power are we looking at? What are we looking at?
This deck probably wants 17 or 17 or even 18 because there's a
All the
lot
Empower.
of Empower. It really wants to be able to get to like the 5. Like it'll have uses for the power, I think.
Okay, so Sirocco Elementalist.
Sirocco Elementalist is a fun one.
I think it's probably the weakest worth, like hands down.
Easily. And it's also like we have a lot of kind of wally flyers.
Yeah.
So that's fine. Of like no concept. There's no fixing type stuff in this deck that requires things. I guess it's down to how even I can get things. Right now we've got 4, 5, 6, 7 times 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 justice and 5, 6, 7. No, yeah, they just even that shit out. Early game, I guess we really want everything.
Yeah, one of everything.
But the first thing that'll help
Time.
stable us is probably time.
Then we need 2 shadow for the Death Wall and the
Yeah, do we need 2 for like anything else?
Oh, the Law Falcon.
And then
And
the Valkyrie
her.
Arcanist eventually. So now it's sort of like, do I remove 1 unit or something else for 1 more power to just try to get across the edge with this? Or is 17 enough in this case? That is like so close to playing, but doesn't. That ain't great. It does have Defiance, which at least slows down aggression, and like we will eventually get to these 2, which will also slow down just literally everything.
Yep.
So as a redraw, it's not the worst thing. Hand's kind of awkward. Like basically, I think our deck's plan is to try to survive for long enough, to be able to just win the game.
You have early units, I swear.
Probably. No promises. This deck is going to be awkward.
Oh, gonna get exceptionally awkward. It even has like more Illumination Wisps.
Yeah, I'd probably keep this one at least. Keep that one too.
Yeah, that's good.
Things where I can like basically if I have a decent path to stabilizing, like with the Scorpion
yep.
and the Curator's
Yep.
Spear, they're good things to have. If I have all my fixing, that's also kind of good. Yeah. Well, this will be an interesting one. I do have to pee. So I shall return and we shall play this deck and it'll be great.
It'll be amazing.
7 wins, guaranteed.
Woo! Oh boy. Yep. Get those wisps. That is a very good card. This is gonna be a weird one, huh? And it's mostly things like this dude on the ground getting bigger. We got some walls. He's a very good stabilizer. A little bit of removal. Can make something else that's big deadly. We do have big, so it's bigger for anything in the void. This is gonna be weird. This is gonna be weird. Lost Scroll doesn't do anything for us. I mean, it just... Because you need to have the Justice in the Shadow, and then you grab a Sigil. I mean...
It's good to
It's
have
like a really weird
to get power. Like the one thing it does do is like double hit things like the Bleak Basin Guide.
That's true, yeah.
The Resilient Wagoneer. That is worth considering. Question being what I would cut for it.
That's true.
Yeah, like there's a decent amount of Empower here, and like things that actually get some good bonuses from that. I sort of wonder if I cut like the Sanctuary Priest for that, because I don't know how much it does for me. Other than like get eaten by a ravenous thorn beast or something.
Yeah.
I think that's fair that there is like the chance of a really strong
Double
you know,
in power. Yeah,
double in power out of
that
nowhere.
could get us over the line, that's true. We don't have much in the way of that.
Yeah, like finishing power in the deck. It can bring us a really swingy turn. Also fair to consider removing the Curator's Scroll from it. Or the Lance. 2-cost relic weapon.
Yeah, the relic weapon.
Maybe I do that one next time. Against Queen Bee. I've played them before. I mean, I kinda might. Going first. I really wish I had a 2. I've got all the power I could ever need though. Probably a little bit greedy. Probably a lot bit greedy. Let's play.
Yep.
Okay with this. Like, it plays a Basin. It plays the Illumination Wisp. I think this can make the donuts. That's also true. Getting to 4/6 is something this deck does want to do. Ideally, I pull one more power in the next 2 cards.
That'd be nice. That'd be nice.
I'd even take a Lost Scroll for that. In fact, I'd love a Lost Scroll. Okay, Blaze Basin Guide goes away here.
Yep, absolutely.
I wouldn't call this a very difficult decision.
No.
I mean, these are, like... Me having 2 Tower Top Patrols is very scary for them. Ha! Nice.
Ooh.
That actually owns.
Yeah.
Through the shadows.
Alright, well, let's threaten to end the game.
Nope.
Like, this is just a terrifying hand for them to see. Tower Top Patrol stops so much aggression and also, like, threatens over the long term. Got that Lightning Strike? Oh, you do.
Right.
Well, that's a shame.
And the Scorpion?
Yeah.
Yep. Alright, power.
I would love to be able to get these out.
Yep.
It would be nice.
What have we here?
Shit.
Bugger.
I see them.
Yeah, we just stalled out for so long there and didn't
Yeah.
even have, like, the Basin Guide to threaten them.
Yep.
Which is probably the most unfortunate part.
Oh, yeah.
Ugh, God, what a good card to fuck us up. Oh, God. Oh, they're just gonna sit on us forever.
Yep.
Fucking got him, though. Yep, there we
Yep.
go. My Scorpion Wasp.
What 20 turn clock? 20 turn clock.
There he go.
There he go.
I am glad I was able to get rid of the Outrider, though. That was the by far biggest problem that I was facing.
Yeah.
The biggest problem in society today.
I know it's around here somewhere.
Alright, well, that is something that stops the Scorpion. In 20 turns, you're a dead motherfucker.
The health still. There.
Well, we definitely have some tricks, at least, and we've, like, stalling out the board is really, like, kind of what our deck wants to be doing at any given point. Ugh. That's nice, though.
I see them.
A shame that that came in the opposite order of like what it did, but hey. Because then this could be a 3-3 if I had had the Curator's Spear first. Well, let's hope they don't keep having silences and aerial removal, because that's kind of the only thing our deck has going for it at the moment. Losing the Bleak Basin Guide was definitely huge.
Yes.
Like this would have been threatening so much if it
we
was.
do have some other bombs in our deck. We
Yep.
have to draw them.
They do need to. They are in our deck, unfortunately. The most relevant fact. A Dark Return would be pretty good to bring back the Tower Top Patrol of the Illumination Wisp.
Or the Nightblade.
Yeah, that too, I guess.
You know, the unblockable unit.
At least we do have that as a potential possibility.
I've spent a lot of removal on us.
Yep. Yeah, let's see. We've seen a Lightning Strike and a Violent Gust, which is pretty nice. The Mask is also kind of neutralized here because they have not been able to play out something that actually wants to be attacking in.
Alright, what are you debating? And a throwdown.
There goes my 1/1. Definitely unfortunate.
That's a problem.
They are running out of cards, though, which is... probably more prudent to hold my 1/5 back, but...
Rule number one, don't...
They've got, like, the 3 damage on the ground here. The Guide does at least threaten the 2/1s. They can't get easy damage off of that. Or at least they can throw easy damage in my face, but get something out of it. Yeah, I probably just need to keep the 1/5 back for that. Continue taking damage. Okay, that's less good. Hold that off for Empowers. Here we sit. Quite a pickle.
Yep.
Yeah, we really just need to like pull down something that locks the ground.
Yep.
They're at 7 power too, which is scary. These are the Amplify colors. They can
Lumen
definitely
Defenders,
get stuff.
nice.
Yeah, Lumen Defender is really the card I would love to see here, because then I could just go all in the air. Whereas my 1/5 has to play subpar blocker here.
Yep.
That is unfortunate.
See who has the better skull game.
Yep. Viper's Bite would be nice too, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Viper's Bite would be a DIY. Alright, well, looks like they got their answers before we got ours.
Yep.
That kind of is worth asking if I want to pull back this Tower Top Patrol, because a 3/3 will kill them slower than a 4/4 will kill us. It's unfortunate, but I think I might need that to stall the game out more.
I see them.
And then we pray for no Mighty Strikes.
No.
This'll do the trick.
Wow. That is nice. Hey, what if we just make the game go longer? Yeah, we'll mill them. That's the plan here. At least until they pull out that Carnosaur thing.
Well, like we have 2 mob rules,
That's true.
both of which would be super handy
A
right
mob
now.
rule would be actually ridiculous here.
Have some removal. On
We
this
have
deck.
cards. They do exist.
Bigger. Not big enough.
A mob rule would actually be hilarious here. Oblique Basin Guide would also be nice.
Oh, we have a bunch of them. How are you?
Yeah.
I've gotten one of them.
Yeah, the Resilient Wagoneer would be actually hilarious
Yep.
at this point.
Oh god, yeah. Yeah, we allegedly have good draws somewhere in this deck.
We're
You
really
have 2
planning
cards.
a turnout here.
How much could you be considering?
We've roped on turns where we had 2 cards. I like that.
Nice.
Nice.
Eat your frog. Or your bird.
When they slam a Xenon Obelisk down on us, that's when things will get a little sad.
Hi.
Pretty alright.
Your lives are hollow and fleeting.
Or bigger. Sexier.
Any cards we got left?
A few. We're getting bigger. We have no good attacks, but we're getting bigger.
Nope.
Telling you, a mob rule happens. Things get funny.
Yep.
At this point, I'd probably hit the 4-7. I'm not sure.
On the ground.
Yeah. I'd probably still
I think
hit the
the
4-5.
air is
The 4-5 is
still,
still
yeah.
my path to victory
I think
here.
so,
Like, I have a
yeah.
lot of big stuff on the ground.
Yes, you have a lot of things that just block that.
Yeah. They'd be able to hold out for quite a while. The 4-5 in the air is still, like, the thing.
Yep. The Yeti's definitely. That lets all our air just.
Alright, so we got a 1 in 12 chance of drawing a mob rule here.
We have 2 mob rules.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why we have a 1 in 12 chance.
Mob rule is fast.
They're just blowing out a block.
It's just murdering it and getting in.
I don't think there's like a really, really good block that'd get us a lot of extra credit, to be honest.
Oh.
That's the card. That's the card.
Holding our power.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't use it. Don't
No,
use it.
I had absolutely no plans.
So, will he be big enough that they can't kill him?
16. I'd rather not do the math until afterwards, but yes, currently on their board. He'd be a 17-17. They've got a fast spell. I have no idea what it is. Plus yes, plus yes. Yeah, those are not numbers you usually see. I'm waiting for the silence or like the whatchamacallit, torrential downpour to happen. That's what I could see happening here. Which is of course the biggest weakness, that he is a 1/1.
Is Downpour in this?
I'm not sure. I think it might be. Could be wrong. Maybe we're about to find out. Yeah, every ground unit goes in with the 17-17. They can pick the blocks they want.
And the frog, yeah.
My biggest ground
Yeah,
unit, the
big
frog.
Block the frog if you dare.
I wouldn't. Personally. What they're gonna do is display of insight me. That's what's gonna happen here. I am 200% calling this.
You still do have that 5/5 who's now 6/6 and getting bigger.
Yeah, it's sort of like questionable if I want to throw him in as well, but I feel like they've got just so many big things they want to deal with here. Here it comes, display of insight. Straight into me. Oh, if they chump block that, I feel real good. Like, as soon as they chump block that, we are off to the races.
Still have their other little chump block.
Mm-hmm. Sort of feel like you'd want to use that to kill, like, the Death Watcher or something.
Yeah, he's gonna be a 7/7 as well.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't have anything more than 7.
Gonna have a 1 in 11 chance of pulling our
Mob
a mob rule
rule.
next turn. Right now they do seem to be roping, which is real unfortunate. It's one thing to be thinking. I'll usually give people a turn or two of that when you're like really planning, because I use my time to the rope a decent amount when it's a complicated turn, but like when you're doing it several turns in a row, that's kind of different. Yeah, the most important thing here is I have no dead draws. Power just means more bullshit.
Trick.
The only actual risk here is if they Mighty Strikes me like 20 times. I'm probably just gonna block with this and not really go for a kill. This is essentially gaining 6 health here. Oh. That's honestly fine. Umbral Edge. I mean, I kill off this to give them 1 less blocker. I keep the sword. I lose the sword next. Oh, it's a relic weapon.
Oh, it's a relic weapon.
Yes.
Okay, okay.
So it's basically, do I play it before or after? And I feel like it's best to play it before and then kind of just swing.
Do you empower it for the 1 extra health?
That's sort of the thing, yeah. It'd be like gain 1 health, and yeah, I think that's the correct thing. Oh right, he becomes 3/3. Oh, that's fun. What are you gonna do? Mighty Strikes?
Something.
Now it's sort of like, do I attack in with air units and shit as well? And it's mostly...
I think you risk the snap there.
Well, these two have endurance.
Yeah.
So it would mostly be down to whether I keep the Tinker Overseer back for some health. That might be the way. I'm so conflicted.
I'm a little worried I'm going to overwhelm in the air.
Oh yeah, I completely agree with that statement.
And then how to like.
I mean, we do have 7 health here,
I don't
admittedly.
think I don't think we could get lethal off of it because
Yeah, that's
they can
kind of the
block
biggest
them.
thing. If it's not going to help me get lethal, I'm not sure it does much for me. It is fair to be like, well, let's see how they block. I'm not sure I would want to take things on the face, though. To be honest. Yeah, someone's got to take that bullet. This is mostly down to how big their Mighty Strikes is. Not sure why I got roped there, to be honest.
Because we do have a lot of endurance
Yeah.
for blocking.
Yeah, like I can afford to sell quite a few farms here.
We can go very wide at them in a minute.
Yep. Clearly, I
This
should have
is
attacked him with the 1-1.
This is very tense.
This game is tense. I will say that. Yeah, you kind of have to do that. And they're going to Mighty Strikes. They need 2 pumps to kill off the Infused Guardian, though. Which is actually pretty good for us. Yeah.
I mean, you have to block in case Mighty Strikes.
Oh, yeah. That's... I probably triple block here, and if they really want to spend everything killing off my Air Force, I don't hate that. I mean, if not, there would be no reason to keep this 3-3 back, basically. Mm-hmm. I'm basically sucking up as much health as humanly possible here. Ah! They have a second Burn Them All.
And something else that'll get them over the line.
I think they win. They can do the math, though. I should have attacked in with the
1-1.
with the frog.
Yeah.
Damn it!
Oh?
Okay. Well, maybe they didn't.
I don't think they did. I don't think they couldn't have blocked enough. They had 9...
True, we had enough units to get around.
Yes,
they only had
have
2
two
blockers, and we had
so, yeah.
4 large,
Yeah,
large
2
adult
9s and 8 and a
sons.
5. There was, yeah, they could.
Wowee.
We won. That
So
was.
that they had 2 fucking.
Yeah. Wow, that was hard.
They
fought.
had 2 burn them alls, which is like ridiculous because it
Yeah.
deal 5 damage to a unit and the face.
Yeah.
That was absolutely wild.
Yeah, our long play. did it.
Wowee.
We never got our 2 mob rules.
Yeah, the mob rules would have just trivialized that game.
And the mob rules would have really.
Yeah, that was the first game. I know it seems like it's been 3 years.
I don't have
I'm
the
keeping
Death
this.
Watcher, but yeah.
I'm keeping this.
Yeah.
This has everything I need it to.
Yeah, it has the Wisp, the Tinker.
It's going to have a
and the
3/3
Relic
Tinker
weapon.
Overseer.
Yep. Mm.
It could potentially have a 4/4 Tinker Overseer if it doesn't get killed. That's
Yeah.
kind of wild.
First game, hard fought.
It's sort of like he's actually pretty good with these 2 in hand. But maybe I bait out removal here. It's also not like this is getting much done right now. They'll didn't really play anything. Oh, that's
Shadow.
so that takes a shadow power.
Perfect. Perfect. That is literally perfect.
Quite nice. I'll give it that. I'll just need to find a way to, you know, not die to
Yeah.
that guy.
Yep.
That's the biggest concern at the moment, I suppose.
Yeah, he is big.
Alright, do we just take 6 damage here? Potentially.
Wow.
Probably the Overseer at this point.
Rule number 1, don't drop your tools.
Yeah, it would give us 4 damage. I don't know if that'd be too much to want to block, though. Especially because, like, if they have any trick in this colors that have tons of tricks, it becomes very tenuous.
Something catch your eye.
That's terrifying.
Nope.
Like, there was definitely a thing, an ask for whether we would want to play the Bold Adventurer there.
I'll find my way.
Oh god. Oh Jesus.
Ouch. Ouch.
Yeah, this is a slight problem that I have right now. I probably should have played the Umbral Edge there first.
Your lives are hollow and fleeting.
I'm basically just giving them this 1/1.
Yep.
This ought to hold.
I love a good fight.
By spell and steel!
Emblade?
Yeah. Jesus. Yeah, we kind of just got, like, completely outrushed here, huh? God.
Or not baller.
That's kind of what the question is, huh? Alright, any
They got
fast trick and we
something,
lose.
Yeah, they got, like...
Yeah.
Honestly, even with
There was no
attacking
winning
with the
this
Wish,
game.
there was no winning this game.
This game, they, like, more than won this game.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus.
Yeah.
I could
Yeah.
not have won this
No.
game.
No.
Ever.
No, they went off real hard.
Yep. Yeah, fucking got him. They got every card they needed.
Yep.
That's kind of what it comes
Yep.
down to.
Yep.
I had lost that game. I should have been attacking with the Wisps. It didn't matter.
It didn't matter, yeah.
There was
There's
no,
nothing,
like,
yeah.
no path to victory in that
Nope.
game at
Nope.
all.
Nope. This deck doesn't want to go. Doesn't want to go fast.
Like, drawing a Scorpion would have been the path to victory, basically.
That's got our 3.
Got our 3. It's
Scorpions,
kind of got things to play to
birds.
slow the game down. This is a bit of a questionable keep, but not the world's
Shadow
most questionable.
first, or
Yeah,
no?
probably just
No,
play
it's
the
depleted,
Token of
isn't
Vision
it?
first.
Or-
I don't care.
Okay.
It's sort of like, what would I rather play first? And I think I'd rather have the option to play either the Scorpion or the Spear next turn.
Yeah, you're gonna miss one turn regardless. Always. Yeah, the merchant.
Yeah, they had a Mighty
They had a
Strikes in there.
merchant. Yeah.
That's really good to have. That's really, really good. Fairly happy with this hand right now.
We survive.
Right.
Well, we have power.
I would very much prefer to pull a power
Yes.
before
yes.
I play that Lost
Yes,
Scroll
yes,
down. In fact,
sure,
Lost Scroll turns it into a very silly turn if I pull a power.
Yep.
2 damage isn't really that much here. That's fun. That's a
Ouch.
pretty good card.
That is a very good card.
I mean, we've already got the Owl out. Is probably
Yeah,
the
thank God
biggest
about
thing.
that. Yeah.
It wouldn't really have affected anything. That sucks, though.
That sucks.
Alright, never mind literally everything I was saying before now.
All right, now we wanna.
So...
draw
Yeah, I guess
Power, yeah.
it's mostly like, did I want to kill him or do that? Eh.
No, justice, definitely justice.
Yeah, because we're in both of these.
Back in.
Yeah, get that 1 damage in. I value my 1 damage more than you doing 2 to my face.
Honestly, we weren't gonna ever block with it. So.
Basically, at least not in this scenario.
If you want to waste a scorpion on that boy.
Yep. Much better thing to waste a Scorpion on.
Yep.
Exhaust this, binge.
Yeah. Woo.
They double attack in with the Grena motive. back into the Kerendon mode if I probably take that trade. They'll get the extra power. Only one of them. Let's see what they got at 4 cost. Right? That'll eventually be good. Curator's Spear blows this up, which is nice. Yep.
Got endurance, there's basically no reason not to.
Yep. Would really love another powered so I could play this Infused Guardian, you know, actually have a board and stuff. Okay, so here's the plan. They're gonna spend a spell on this, and then I'll Defiance it after they do that. You go first. They get the snowball out of that, but I basically
You get the Mighty Strikes. Bye.
Yeah, I pull a Mighty Strikes out of their hand, and they still lose the unit.
Yep.
So that's all right. That's pretty good as well. I'm building an aerial threat up right now. Yeah, that was always my plan there.
Yep.
They get the snowball out of it, but that's not like the worst thing in the world. I'm gonna pull the second Mighty Strikes out of their hand, I guess, or like the 2 snowballs. That's terrifying.
That's nice. Bye.
Alright, I feel like that was premature, but I'm, you know, go off. Go off, I guess.
That's that sword and that boy incoming. They didn't know that, though.
Yeah, exactly. That's the weird part. They did not have any units, is basically what it comes down to. Like that, the Shingane Forge is completely ridiculous in a deck that has, like, any renown.
Alright, some very hard-fought games. This
I know, every game's felt like a punching
2
match.
hours?
We did
Bloody
make 2
hell.
hours, yeah. Well, almost all of it was in the first game of this round.
Bloody hell.
An hour and 45 minutes of it was in the first game of this round.
Yo, governor.
Oi! Fuckhead. You really must love me if you put up with all of my British accents when we play games and stuff.
Yeah.
You must be dying with the
every single fucking time, hen. Yeah.
with the whatchamacallit, last story stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
I might. It's got the Bleak Basin guide. It can't play the Umbral Edge, which is like the biggest tick against it, but I'm still gonna tape it. Like I feel like Bleak Basin is so good. If they play an Oni Ronin on turn 1, then we're very sad. That's kind of what this comes down to. Oni Samurai is the honorary one. Actually, I mean, I guess Oni Ronin turn 1 with Curator's Spear. That's fine. If they play a Minotaur Grunt, which doesn't exist in this format, then we're pretty sad.
Alright. What color are you, buddy?
What have you got?
Oh, hello.
Oh, that's fun. I play the Samurai here instead of the Curator's Spear.
Yeah.
Because the Spear can then make way for the Samurai if they play a 2 health unit.
Yep.
Just don't play a 1/3, please. Don't play the Coastal Huntsman specifically.
We survived.
That ain't Coastal Huntsman, motherfucker. Alright, well, we have everything except for the second shadow for the Umbral Edge, so that's fun. I'm not sure if that was correct, but if I could bait out some removal for this, I'll feel pretty happy.
We've got 2 power for our birds.
Sharpen that blade.
Terrifying.
Scorpion.
That's actually makes my decisions real good.
Yep.
Would really love to be able to use this to kill that off, because they can just stack a bunch of weapons on it now.
Yep.
Does Battlefield Scavenger exist in this set? It might.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I know.
Don't know if we've ever seen it.
We might have. Back to the skies with you. I don't know about that decision.
It sure is a decision you can make.
Like, it's there, but it's not the imminent threat to your face.
Let your spirit
Okay.
rise.
Now it
There
makes
you
sense.
Go, there you go.
Shit.
That's a problem.
Ah! Fuck.
Yep. We're screwed.
That would
Yeah,
explain
that boy
why they
is
didn't
real
do it.
good. That boy
Yeah,
is
it turns out Shelter Wing
fucking
Rider,
good.
it okay. Who knew? It really doesn't help that we're not getting any shit off of
Ugh.
this. Yeah, I'm not gonna call this one a loss right off the bat, but
Oh,
also
dear.
we've definitely lost this game.
We've lost.
Yeah, well, this will fucking wake him up.
Cthulhu will prevail!
Yeah, it will. All I gotta draw like a 10-10 Bleak Valley Basin or a 10-10 Illumination Wisp. That's the way to go.
Yeah.
That's the winning path here. Fuck me sideways.
Yeah.
All right, they nut drew.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. Well, a really good day.
Yeah. They had the Conflagrate and the Shelter Wing Rider and the Axe Sharpener and the Welding Torch. Like basically everything they played on me there was pretty fucking strong.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
turns out. Hey, we finally have a mob rule and no units.
Apart from the tiny scorpion.
Got the Scorpion. We will eventually have the Tower Top Patrol. Like that does hold back a lot. It's got most of our influence
Yeah,
except a
yeah.
second Justice. I think I can keep this. This is risky, I admit. I'm basically counting on the like drawing a 2 or 3 play and getting the power that I need. Preferably in the opposite order of what just happened, but you know. Them not playing on 1 is good.
We're gonna get our Tower Top Patrol out. Oh.
Yes. That's
Oh,
really good.
Nice.
They don't have a 1-cost fast spell. There's no Finest Hour in their hand currently. Them missing turns 1 and 2 is a pretty big boon for us. Yep, a lot of good people with some pretty good decks.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's just life sometimes.
Yep.
Yeah, and then Warbion Scald is potentially terrifying, which is nice. These two both being in our hand are also pretty strong effects
Yep.
because they both benefit from the same thing. And if we just, you know, kind of knock out the key point of their Jenga tower, then suddenly we're war crying
Only
in for
the
a
best
stupid
for you.
amount. Really?
Oh. Hi.
Fuck off. Equal to or less. Alright, that probably just dies, I would say. I don't really want to give them the chance to play a weapon on it.
You can't kill it, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
I can.
Oh, kill
I
the unit.
literally looked
Oh.
at that specifically to
I
make
thought
sure
it was
I
like
was
health.
right.
I thought it was doing like 2 damage, right? Yeah, you're right. Yes, yeah.
That unit is just disgustingly dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah.
There is a very high chance that they pulled a weapon out to put on him. I don't fuck with that. I will blow that shit immediately.
We pass judgment.
How can I serve?
Nice.
Is lovely. So it's interesting asking whether I want the Scald or the Tower Top Patrol here. I think I want the
Cthulhu
Scald.
will prevail!
Scare him. Put the fear of God into him. Yeah, it is. Since I mentioned at the start of this that it's the first of the month, everything's gonna be. There we go. That would have destroyed us. That would have just absolutely wrecked us. So they have 6 health worth of stuff. Kind of unfortunate. Because I would be able to do some bullshit if I had like a power to play with this. I probably just play down the Tower Top Patrol. And, you know, keep slamming into their face.
Yep.
3-4 is a really good stat line, by the way.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Kind of stops a lot of the early-ish threats. Another mob rule here would just be mwah.
Yep. You're stacking on that buffer.
Yep.
They really wanted to stack on that boy, didn't they?
Oh yeah,
Stand
I
aside.
knew what I was doing there. Let's put it that way. I can force them to attack in here by playing the Umbral Edge and then playing this down. Probably just do that, right?
What are we doing?
I play down the Umbral Edge, I kill off the District Infantry, I attack in with these two, and they like kind of can't really snap back effectively.
Mm-hmm.
And then this thing just sits here being more and more threatening.
Okay, yep.
Yeah, I'm killing the infantry here. That's absolutely the play. The question is if I want 1 or 2 damage, like hold her back, and I don't think I need to. As long as that 1/1's around, this is suddenly putting out so much pressure.
Yeah.
If I pull a power here, things get funny. Also stops them from attacking things. That's quite good.
Kill the 2.
I could kill the 2/2. I could also attack in for like a Warcry 4 and probably just
kill
wait
it
on
for
it,
quarter,
honestly.
or-
I could also potentially pull a trick out of their hand. We shall see. Honestly, I could just continue to choke them out. Okay, they don't have a trick. That's fun. Ah, they do have something. It's not a stat trick, though, interestingly. Because if it was, it would have procced when I was smacking.
attacking, yeah.
Fascinating.
Stand aside.
Okay, you're fun. At this point, I probably cash in the Warband Scald, because to kill it, they'd have to block with the 4/5. You know, I bet it's Defiance? But then that's kind of bad for them to have held it back if it is. I don't know. Anyway, I'll take 5 Warcries, please. This is also why I was like, boy, Umbral Edge seems pretty good, huh? We just got an incredible amount of value out of it.
Down goes Bird.
Yep. What if the pressure just never stopped, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Think about that. So what, that was like a 4 for 1? They had a weapon on the port, or no wait, 5 for 1.
They're 2, yeah.
3 for this one, and the
Jesus.
Stranger, and the District Infantry, and look at that! I traded that in, and now I got this.
Oh.
So that's fun. Thought they might have a
You will
Defiance in
pay
their
for your
hand.
crimes.
And here's the funny part!
I know, they're gonna feel so bad.
Rule number 1.
I mean, they didn't
don't
really
jump
have a
your tools.
choice, but yeah. They had to know that it was that the 5, the Warcry 5 was coming. True, they did fetch 2 justice out of that. Alright.
Alright, yeah.
It doesn't really do much for him since I do this, but...
That was pretty good.
That's this deck sometimes.
That was his deck going, nom nom nom.
Delicious.
Chew him up, spit him out. You see the power of a tiny scorpion as well.
Yeah, I did just get an Akari attack out of that guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was sort of like the Scorpion kind of just meant I could do whatever, and if they wanted to weapon stack, it was actually not working out great for them.
No.
Like,
The mob rule on that lifesteal was
Yep,
perfect.
correct.
Was perfect.
just it.
They were like us when our bird got murdered.
Yep.
Like 2 hours
We
ago.
derailed the entirety of their
They were
plan.
like, shit.
Ah, fuck.
Ah, fuck.
Because God, yeah, like the black market merchant with a guaranteed shield is basically the Bright Mace Paladin with the shield, with 1 less in stats, but you also guarantee the shield. The problem here is that the mob rule doesn't kill anything with just the Bold Adventurer.
Yeah, no. No, it's not. It's not.
And Dark Returning a Bold Adventurer
No,
feels awful.
No, yeah, not great.
So I'm okay with redrawing
You
this.
didn't even have the influence for her in the end.
Shit.
Shit.
God. Let's get risky. Alright, well, I at least have a threat down, and then these two will end the game if I'm ever allowed to play them.
Yeah.
Or these two will stop the game if I'm ever allowed to play them, is the
Yep.
better way to put that. This guy ends. So, power. All I need is love and power. But
Yeah.
mostly power.
That'd be nice.
The
Oh,
desert
shit.
Fuck.
gives you
Shit.
strength.
Shit. Shit.
Alright, now I really need power.
Through the shadows.
Oh, we're fucked.
Just if these two cards are power, we're fine. Ah, they have a faster. Ew. Better. Now we lose.
Glory in battle.
Not that it matters.
Like,
Alright, yeah, no, we just got run down.
Yep,
we just
yep,
got completely destroyed here.
Yep.
Nothing doing for them getting the nut draw. And us also, like, we redrew 3 times. It's not like we kept a risky
Oh,
hand
we didn't
here.
have power.
Ah, okay, them being stuck on
Be
power is
redeemed.
probably the best thing I've ever heard. Okay, so this grabs
green.
the second green. It doesn't let us play anything, which fucking sucks, I will say that. But, at least there's that. I would really love for them to continue not drawing power, but the very fact that they didn't have it there is big because it means they have to keep top decking power.
Yeah.
We're taking a fuck ton of damage here. There's no way. Like every time they draw power, we take a ton of damage. But
So bad.
you gotta
Another
believe.
glass.
Nope. Third? Or the monk.
I see them.
I can't kill the monk.
Oh.
3.
Well, I thought you were gonna put that unit down and then kill it, but of course you got the power for it.
Yeah. Also, whatever I mob rule, they're actually going to kill with whatever stat trick, or they're gonna fizzle it with whatever stat trick they have.
Okay.
But yeah, we just got run over.
I've
Their deck
trained
is
for
incredible.
this moment.
That doesn't really help us, unfortunately. Getting to 5 power really would have been the thing to win this game. The fact that they didn't draw another power there does give us a little bit of time, at least. It probably would have been safer to kill the 3-1, but I think establishing as much of a board as I can is probably the most useful thing I can do.
A parting gift.
Alright, now things get interesting.
The Wagoneer and then the power? Ah, no point. But...
It would be like the Wagoneer if I wanted to mob rule something. I'm mostly worried that they strength of many on this to fizzle my mob rule. Which is why the Lumen Defender would be a better choice in that case, because Defender actually threatens to, like, kill off their most deadly thing. We're playing a dangerous game here, but every turn they don't get power gives us just a little bit more time, and I think getting the health back from that is very useful. They found the power.
We kind of need to... They can shut off them. Oh, the Defender with... Chamber? Yes?
Yeah, it's kind of weird they didn't do that.
Yeah, we kind of... We're not attacking with the unblockable because...
We would die if we attacked him with the
yes.
unblockable. I mean, I guess I could have done it the previous turn, but, like, that's about it.
Okay, so what are our blocks here?
That is a fun and good question.
1-5 has to block the...
Yeah, that happens, and then the 1-5 die, and then the Tower Top Patrol dies to whatever trick they have.
And the Samurai?
Or if it was worth it or not. If they have a strength of many, then I think the game's done. Exact lethal. We're longsword. Ah! Alright. Yeah, we were just dead to rights, no matter what. I mean, we knew they had a trick.
So now we can mob rule him now, though, right?
Yeah. Doesn't make any difference. I should have actually played out the Bold Adventurer. I was a little too focused on using all my power. Alright then.
Yeah, there we go.
Oof!
3-3.
Nut draw.
Yep. Their deck is like
Yeah, I mean their start was the Bleak Valley. They started with the Resolute Monk into the Bleak Valley Basin, into the Bright Mace Paladin. They played a Kerendon Steward after that. Their deck was what our deck really wanted to be.
Yep.
Just with all of the good cards, basically. It's been mentioned before, but Resolute Monk is one of the most busted cards in this format.
Oh,
it is completely ridiculous. Or at least one of the most busted cards.
3-3 twice isn't
I
bad.
think it's a common. Wild. Oh. That doesn't mean it's not.
Oh, no, I just mean we didn't see one.
Yeah.
Like, it would have been really nice.
Oh, I would have snap picked that. I would have snap picked that if we weren't even in yellow.
100%, which is like, if we saw it, you'd have picked it, you know?
Yeah. In a deck that actually wants it. I don't care what else they're offering me. I don't care about the legendary. Yeah, Dixon or Kerendon definitely seem like the winners because you can put them together. You can just put really good decks down together.
Actually, that first pack was so fucking disastrous.
Yeah, that first pack in that draft led us to absolutely nothing.
It was dire.
For us to go 3-3 after a first pack like that isn't the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, it was a hideously dire pack.
Anyway, we are going to finish up now. Did we gonna do something tomorrow, or are we gonna just put that off?
Oh no, yeah. That's what often.
Yeah.
You're not right.
All right. Well, we'll be back on Sunday.
We're back
then.
on Sunday. The last we were planning a stream tomorrow, but
It didn't.
technical difficulties.
Yeah, something's up with this computer.
Yeah.
It seems to mostly work, except when it extremely doesn't.
So when it decides, nope, not gonna.
Yep.
So yeah, we will be back on Sunday with more last story. See you guys then. Bye everyone.
Bye bye.